Okay, so you're thinking about making a move to Snohomish, Washington, but you have no idea exactly where the perfect place to live is? Well, if so, stick around because today we're going to be talking about exactly that. I'm going to be taking you on a tour of Snohomish, Washington. In fact, we're going to jump into Google Maps. I'm going to take you through all the spots, all the restaurants, all the shops, the neighborhoods, you name it. We're going to be checking it out today. By the time you're done watching this, you should be able to identify a couple different spots in Snohomish that you might want to live, but more importantly, there's probably a couple spots that you absolutely don't want to live in Snohomish. So if that sounds like a good plan, let's get after it right now. Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is David Sappenfield, licensed realtor and relocation specialist. And what does that mean for you? Well, it means, as much as I love making these videos, I'd love even more to help you with your real estate needs. Just got to reach out. That contact information that's popping up right here. Reach out. I'm the guy who answers the phone calls, replies to the text messages and emails. I'm happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe because we drop new videos every week about what it's like to live, work, eat, play here in Seattle. So don't miss out and subscribe and tap that bell for notifications. Okay, so let's get into the content here. Now, I'm going to pull up Google Maps. We're going to go all around Snohomish, show you all the spots that you need to know about, and let's get after it. Okay, here we go. We have Snohomish pulled up in the middle of the map here. We have Google Maps. And if we look, let me zoom out a little bit just to kind of show you where Snohomish is in proximity to, say, downtown Seattle, downtown Bellevue. But we have downtown Seattle right here. We have Snohomish right here. And to get there, it's about an hour drive northeast of downtown Seattle. And, if traffic is bad, you can expect to add even more time to that. Snohomish is probably a little bit more convenient if you're working somewhere over here on the east side, like, say, Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland. Then you're looking about a 40-minute drive to get, to and from Snohomish into those east side cities. But let me pull up some commute times real quick for you here. Let's take a look at that and how that's looking into downtown Seattle. So if we're coming from Snohomish into Seattle, right now, currently, we are looking at a 54-minute drive. And, this probably is not the way you're going to be, traveling on a regular basis. This is taking you across the toll bridge. More than likely, what you would do is, here's downtown Snohomish here. You would take Highway 2 all the way over to I-5, and then from I-5 you take that south all the way into downtown Seattle. And it looks like this commute is taking you 55 minutes as well. So not too big of a difference, and you're going to avoid any kind of tolls by going this direction. But headed home around this time of day, you're looking around the same, traveling, to and from. So not a huge disparity there between which direction you're traveling. But let's pull up Bellevue and see how that is looking, because it's gonna shave a little bit of time off your commute if we're commuting to an east side city. Yeah, so 35 minutes to get into the east side, downtown Bellevue here. And what you would do is you would come down Highway 9. Highway 9 takes you right up into Snohomish and then runs and puts you right onto Interstate 405, which can drop you right into Bellevue, drop you into Redmond, get off and get into Kirkland, no problem. So like I said, a lot more convenient to commute to the east side. Okay, maybe you do quite a bit of traveling and you need to go to the airport quite often. Let's pull up some commute times for the airport. And the first one we'll start with is just going to be SeaTac International Airport. That's your, airport you're probably going to be flying out of most of the time. It goes anywhere in the world. Currently, you're looking just over an hour, hour and 4 minutes, hour and 10 minutes, depending on which route you take. But so not particularly close or convenient. You do have another option for flying out if you're flying to like a West Coast destination. Painfield also has flights that can, this will be a much more convenient location for you coming from Snohomish, which is about 22 minutes away. But Painfield, it services, I think, 9 cities now. I think they just added Honolulu to the list. But West Coast cities, California, Arizona, everything on the West Coast. So if you're flying to those locations quite a bit, then Painfield might be a better alternative for you commute-wise. But I will say you do pay a little bit more for the airfare to fly out of Painfield, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's talk about stuff to do in Snohomish, places to visit, lunch spots, dinner spots, breakfast spots, stuff like that. And, if we're talking about great restaurants, places to walk around, hang out, we definitely have to go check out downtown, kind of historic Snohomish. And that's kind of at the southern end of the city limits of Snohomish. It's right above here. You see this big river. This is the Snohomish River. And the historical section of downtown kind of sits right above or right on that Snohomish River. Super, super cool part of town to come and check out. You'll notice as I zoom in here, you see this kind of old historical section, all these yellow buildings here. Downtown Snohomish is, full of character. A lot of these buildings were put up in, the late 1800s, early 1900s. So, just as you're walking through it, you can just really just kind of see it has such a cool vibe, just lots of personality, lots of character, like I was saying. And, there's an insane amount of kind of concentrated restaurants that are like super high quality right here in downtown Snohomish. But, there's definitely more to downtown Snohomish than just restaurants. You have a lot of little boutique shops, you have antique stores, and, just a really cool part of town to, spend an afternoon, walk around, get a bite to eat, and just, definitely a cool place to visit. So let's kind of check out some of the spots that you need to know about here in that downtown historic section. And the first place that I want to bring up here is Andy's Fish House. And this is a great spot if you like seafood, fish and chips, clams, mussels, calamari, stuff like that. Definitely check out Andy's Fish House. It's one of the more popular places, like, not just for Snohomish residents. People come from miles around to check out this place. So if you like fish and chips and all that, then definitely go check out Andy's Fish House. But if we head a little bit further east, you'll see First Street here. First Street is kind of that main drag through the old historical downtown Snohomish section here. And you'll see lined on both sides of the street, that's where all the restaurants, little boutique shops, antique stores, stuff like that. They're all kind of here on this First Street, just right above the river. Really, really a cool place to go check out. But you'll see across the street from Andy's Fish House here, there's Heidi's Sandwich Board. If you like sandwiches, really, really good lunch spot. They have lots of great sandwiches, sides, just, kind of a cool little, almost like a cafe setting. Definitely would recommend checking them out. Great spot to grab lunch. And then if we head a little bit further down this way, you'll see, there's an ale house here. There is Cat House Pizza. Haven't actually had a chance to try this one out yet, but it gets really good reviews. And so definitely add that to the list if you're a pizza fan, for sure. But there's a really cool coffee house here, and this is called Proper Joe Coffee House. I was actually just in there the other day when I was filming the Snohomish vlog for you guys, and really, really great cup of coffee. Would highly recommend them. Lots of really good pastries as well, muffins, stuff like that. So great little coffee house. Check out Proper Joe. And then if we, kind of head down First Street a little bit further, you have a home goods store here, Home Inspirations, Gorilla Bites, which is sort of like, a little bit more of for the health conscious people, but really good food, super highly rated, definitely a great spot for, the organic type foods, stuff like that. But across the way from Gorilla Bites there, you have Randolph Cellars Winery, just another little kind of cool hole in the wall winery. Go in there for a tastings. There's the Rogers River View Bistro right here. This is a really good spot. Lots of good reviews for this one. Great dinner spot. But if we keep on heading up First Street here, this place is definitely a cool spot that you should check out. And this is the Pie Dive Bar. And, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's like a dive bar that has all kinds of pies. It has, dessert style pies, but it also has more of like savory pie options like shepherd's pie, stuff like that. So really, really popular dive bar here in Snohomish, and just have awesome food too, so you don't want to miss that. Like right next to the dive bar is the Snohomish Pie Company, where they get everything. So just a really, really cool part of town. Great spot to go get some pie and maybe a cocktail. Who knows? But yeah, we're heading down. We're heading down first a little bit further here, and as we get to the end here where it kind of branches off with Union Avenue, there's the Snohomish Bakery, and this is a great spot for all of your fresh baked goods like bread, pastries. But Snohomish Bakery is a really great spot. You have First and Union Kitchen. This is another cool spot. This is kind of tucked in on the corner. It has a newer look, newer feel to these two shops, the bakery and the restaurant. You can tell that these buildings are definitely a lot newer, but great spot. Definitely check them out. And then you have Piccola Pizza. This is a really, really good pizza joint right here. And but yeah, like I was saying, there is just a ton of great restaurants here. If we shoot up Avenue A from First Street, there's a great restaurant called the Cabbage Patch, and this one is just kind of like it's in this old house, and it's really kind of quirky. Just has fantastic kind of home cooked food almost. That's kind of what the menu kind of reminds me of. But looks like you're sitting in someone's kitchen at a dinner table, and but a really, really popular restaurant spot here in Snohomish. Definitely check out the Cabbage Patch. So, but an extraordinary amount of just high quality, great restaurants right here in this downtown Snohomish area, and it's just kind of crazy how many are right there. But if we head down first a little bit, kind of towards the end, Top It Yogurt. This place is pretty cool. After you're done eating that fantastic food, you could come to Top It and get some dessert. Really a cool little, kind of frozen yogurt shop. They have, it's like a Star Wars theme, like Disney. The outside has a lot of Star Wars, window art. And then inside there's, kind of Disney, kind of princess stuff, and, really great spot for the kids. Definitely love it. And, but great spot to hang out. And then you have, a couple more breweries, couple more, spots down a little bit further, but just right down here in this historical section of downtown Snohomish is definitely a spot to check out, especially if you want some good food. Okay, so we covered the downtown Snohomish, kind of that historical section. And before we move further north into Snohomish, I want to cover some of this southern Snohomish, some of the stuff that you can do, mostly like outdoor activities, great spots for the family, great spots for thrill seeking if you're looking for something like that. And, when I talk about thrill seeking, I am talking about skydiving. Okay, so There's a Skydive Snohomish right here, just south of downtown, right there. Skydive Snohomish, really popular, highly rated, safe skydive option there for you, right around the corner. And then, if you're looking for something maybe a little more laid back, especially during the fall time of year, Snohomish has a ton of farms, okay, that have kind of fall festivals, and you can go and get your pumpkins and, experience all the fall festivities that these different farms have to offer. And, there's a couple that are right around the corner from the skydive spot, and one is Stalker Farms. This is probably one of my favorites there in Snohomish. Has all the pumpkins, you take the kids, get the pumpkins, but then there's also just a huge play area, tractor rides, just little booths for stuff that they can do to keep them entertained. Really easy to just go there, spend the afternoon, and just hang out. But across the street from Stalker Farms, there's also Thomas Family Farms, which is another great one. And they say temporarily closed right now, but their time of year is really that fall time when they have all the festivities going on. So not really much to do in the summertime or other months. But there's a couple other farms that you should definitely check out if that's the thing you're looking for. And Craven Farm is another one. Craven Farm has, just all those extracurricular activities, lots of cool little photo op spots to check out. It's also like a wedding venue, stuff that you can, if you have like a big event going on, this is another great spot that you can do that, along with these other farms too. You could definitely do that. But, there's just lots of them kind of scattered throughout the valley here. Swan Trail Farms, here's another one. But yeah, there's just a handful of them all throughout Snohomish that, during the fall time, it is definitely a great city to be in, because, you got something you can do every weekend in October, no problem, hitting up all these farms. Another really cool location that you might be interested in is the Snohomish Valley Golf Center. If you saw the Snohomish vlog that I did, we took a visit to the Snohomish Valley Golf Center. This is a really, really cool facility complex to practice golf, hit balls, driving range. But even if you don't like golf, it's a great spot because their restaurant is fantastic. They have really good food, full bar, lots of beer choices on tap. But yeah, just, like I said, not just for the golfers. You can just go hang out. Plenty of stuff to do with the family. There's a miniature golf course right there. During the winter time, they have ice skating. So there's a covered part in there that they turn into an ice rink. But really, if you're a golfer, you're going to spend probably a bit of time here at the Snohomish Valley Golf Center, because the driving range is top notch. You have a grass section where you can hit off of grass, and then you have a covered section that's heated during the winter time. And they have the top tracer technology, so you can see exactly how far you hit your ball. Gives you some of the metrics that you're looking for as far as spin rate, stuff like that. So really, really a cool spot. And big old fire pits kind of set up. You can watch people hit balls, and definitely highly recommend. And if you are a golfer, there's another spot here, and this is the Snohomish Golf Course. Decent course. It's nothing fancy, but it's probably the golf course that you're going to go to if you live in Snohomish and you're looking for something that's pretty close and you want to actually get 18 holes of golf in. Snohomish Golf is right there and not too far away, and fun little course. Nothing too difficult, but lots of fun to play there. But if we head a little bit further south here, we have one of the two high schools here in Snohomish, and this is Glacier Peak High School right here. And it's not too far from the Willis Tucker Community Park. And Willis Tucker Community Park, this is a great, really large park. You have ball fields, you have splash pad that kids can play at during the summertime, and basketball courts, and like a little, like kind of a community recreation center in there. But Willis Tucker Community Park, that's a great spot to go, especially during the summer, the warmer months. They also have a really good size off-leash dog park. So, if you're looking for, somewhere to take the dog to run, this is a great option for you to do that there. Okay, so if we get back into the city limits of Snohomish here, let's start heading a little bit north. If we see the this is downtown historical section here. Lots more restaurants. This whole section right here is the kind of historic single family homes that you'll see in Snohomish, and these are homes that are built in the early 1900s, but ton of character, really neat houses that you can see all throughout here, and they're super close to downtown. So a lot of them are within walking distance that you can just shoot right downtown and hang out for the day. So a really cool part of town to live. You're not going to see obviously the acreage properties here. This is kind of the more suburban, urban type, as urban as downtown Snohomish can get. But really close to the downtown section there. So cool spot for those types of homes here. And you'll see Snohomish High School. This is kind of the other main high school here in Snohomish, and that's located right here. And you'll see this main road heading north and south here, Avenue D. That's kind of how you get up and down really quickly and easily when you're traveling through Snohomish. And it actually turns into Bickford up here as you get closer to the north end of the city limits. But you have the high school right here. You have some more commercial spots right here with restaurants, bars, grills, more really cool spots. You have a Trails End Tap House. This is a really highly rated place. Great food, great lunch spot. Definitely recommend that. But across the street from the tap house there, you have the Snohomish Aquatic Center. And this is actually one of the coolest aquatic centers that are in the whole Puget Sound area. This just fantastic. They have like a lazy river. There's a section for the little kids, with the water's like a foot or two deep and water splashing down everywhere. They have a big water slide, lazy river. They even have a surf simulator. So, if you're ever curious about what it's like to surf or kind of bodyboard, boogie board type stuff like that, you can actually do that here at the Snohomish Aquatic Center. So really cool. Highly recommend checking that out. Kids love it. But even if you're just a swimmer looking for like lap swim, stuff like that, you can find it here at the Snohomish Aquatic Center for sure. So as we head a little bit further north, up Avenue D here, you'll run into a couple different shopping options that you have. So for grocery shopping, you have a big Safeway right here, which a lot of people really like shopping at Safeway. If you're looking for something maybe a little bit higher end grocery store, there's a Hagen just right across the street from that. And Hagen, you're going to spend a little bit more shopping there, but the produce at Hagen and meat department, stuff like that, you pay more, but you're definitely get more, get what you pay for. You definitely get it, especially in those two departments. So a couple different options for you for grocery shopping. But we run right into here, right on Blackman's Lake here. So that's this body of water is Blackman's Lake. There's a couple cool parks right on here. There's Hill Park, and then there is Ferguson Park right here. And Ferguson Park, just a great spot to hang out. There's a dock there. You can kind of swim, jump in the water, hang out. And there's also a disc golf course, if that's your thing. There's a pretty cool little disc golf course right there at the park, and lots of outdoor activities, of course, that you can do anywhere in Snohomish, and that's just another example of them. But if we kind of head a little bit further up Avenue D, eventually it turns into Bickford Avenue right here. And then we run into another section of shopping here. You have a Fred Meyer, which is, if you know what a Fred Meyer is, if there's a Fred Meyer where you're coming from, it's like grocery store, but also has everything else. You can get grocery store, sporting goods, auto parts, stuff like that. Just a really multi-purpose shopping area for you. So Fred Meyer is great to have around. And then of course a Home Depot, for all the home improvement projects that you may want to do. There's a Home Depot right there. But there's a whole strip mall section that has food options, little shops here. Let me pull up kind of the map view here, street view, just kind of show you. But you'll see there's just little teriyaki shops, just burger joints, stuff like that you can eat at right here, and that's all in the same parking lot as that Fred Meyer, as the Home Depot. You have some fast food options. You have a Starbucks, you have an Outback Steakhouse, not the best steakhouse in the world, but not bad. Definitely reasonably priced, Outback. I won't give them too hard of a time, but yeah, I tell you, you'd probably be able to find some way better food if you head downtown into the historic part of Snohomish, if that's what you're looking for. So, but this kind of has all your shopping covered right there. And it's a cool town to live in. You have plenty of options, spread out of outdoor activities. And like I said, in this section right here, just kind of north of that downtown historical section of Snohomish, this is where you're have all of the kind of historical homes. A lot of those homes are going to be on, smaller lots, 4,000, 5,000 square feet. But, as you branch out and kind of look outside of the city limits, that's where you're going to run into a lot of those acreage properties. If you're looking for rural homes where maybe you want horses or farms or, raising pigs, chickens and stuff like that, Snohomish is going to be the spot where you can find 5, 10, 15, 20 acre plots of land there that, that's the spot to do it. So kind of what Snohomish is known for. It's, kind of in that rural department, but not too far. You're only an hour outside of downtown Seattle. And, we saw earlier there how close it was to downtown Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland. So not too far. You feel like you're miles away, but you're not too far away from civilization in the city life of like Bellevue, downtown Seattle, stuff like that. So Snohomish is great. I love it. Okay, so there you have it. Pretty broad overview of downtown Snohomish, some of the surrounding areas, the outdoor activities you can do. And I really can't say enough about just how great the food scene in Snohomish is. Just the concentration of high quality restaurants there in that downtown historic section is amazing. It just kind of blows my mind how many good spots there are to eat right there. So if you're a foodie and you're moving to Snohomish, you're going to be in a good spot, So if you're thinking about making a move, I'm happy to help you out. Whether you're moving next week, next year, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. Our contact information's popping up on the screen right now. I'm the guy that answers those phone calls, replies to the texts and emails. So just reach out. Happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. And if you're looking for more information on moving to Seattle and some of the surrounding areas, check out this video that's popping up right here to get a ton more information. And until next time, we'll see you around. Take care. Bye.